And talking with Hannah Blankenship of the Lady Warriors Wyoming East State Champions. First of all, Hannah, you guys are going to be defending a state championship. What's the mindset going in this year? Probably just hope to get a whole season in.
Yeah, definitely a whole season in, and we know we got a target on our backs right now, but I mean, we're just trying to, get the young ones in here and work hard every day, and we know that hard work pays off in the end.
You're the only senior. What's that like for you?
It's a bit different, I know this year is more of I got to take on the role of a leader, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I play with these girls. Most of these girls I played with in middle school, so I'm really close with them. I know it's going to be hard when the season's over, and I have to say my goodbyes and all that, but part of me will always be tied to this program.
Well, you've been around the program for a long time as well, and you saw some good girls come through state championship year. Before you got here, you got your own state championship last year, but hard to believe you're already a senior. And this is kind of your last playing with your squad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of hard to accept, that COVID took away so much. It's, you just can't get that time back. But 4 years go by fast. I didn't believe them when they told me that, but it truly does.
You also had some of your career taken away by an illness. How tough was that? And did that prepare you any for maybe more than the other girls, since you had to sit out some and watch anyway?
Yeah. I mean, it was hard to handle mentally, but I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where, you got to be patient, wait it out. I kept working, kept watching film and stuff like that. And I mean, I knew my time was going to come. I just had to be patient.
When was that? Was that during your sophomore year?
Yeah, it was my sophomore year.
So how many games did you miss then because of that?
I played almost every game, but down the stretch, my body kind of started breaking down on me a little bit, and my minutes were kind of reduced because of that. And then COVID hit, so I mean, COVID kind of hit it right at the time when my body was kind of giving up on me. So it worked out good for me in that aspect of things.
What was the illness, and talk about that and how it kind of changed, if it did at all?
Basically, it's Cushing Disease, and it's basically a tumor on my pituitary gland. It affects all my hormones and stuff like that. My body, it affects my energy levels and things like that. But I mean, the biggest thing was I couldn't push myself as hard as I wanted to. I was used to coming in here and working out really hard, working every day, and I couldn't do that anymore. I had to do more, low resistance type weight in the weight room and stuff like that, just to make sure I wasn't doing too much on my body.
For someone that pushes themselves the way you do and did, was that the toughest part of it?
Probably
or was
so.
mentally knowing that you had something that was affecting
Yeah,
you?
and for the longest time I didn't have answers, so it's just kind of every day I was having to wake up and deal with something. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, it was just hard because, I couldn't understand it all, but it worked out in the end. So.
What's that? Talking with Hannah Blankenship of the Lady Warriors, what are some of the things you want to accomplish this year? You got a chance to repeat something that the program's not done, and you're well aware of all the players that come here. What are some of the things you want to do this year?
Well, first off, I just, you got to get in here and work hard every day, and that pays off in the end. But for me personally, I just want to lead this team back to Charleston, and make a run at another state championship. But as far as personal goals, I just want to be a leader and help in whatever way I can.
What are your expectations? I know that you lost Skylar, obviously, and Sarah, two starters, Sarah Saunders, Skylar Davidson. Dacia Summers did not return. She's playing elsewhere now. What are your expectations, and talk about some of your teammates and what you expect?
Maddie Clark's going to step up and play a big role for us this year, and Kaylee Bain and Colleen, Blake and Toller. All of our juniors are going to step up big for us this year. And we got a few sophomores that will probably step up and play big minutes as well. And we got two freshmen that transferred in, and they're big assets to our team, and we're excited to put it all together, and hopefully we'll surprise them.
What do you think it would be a surprise where this program is now? Do you feel like maybe you guys aren't being talked about in the same vein because of the players that left?
I mean, yeah, I feel like people think that we lost a lot, which we did. You can't replace Skylar and Sarah, but I feel like they're kind of counting us out, which we're used to that. We're used to being counted out and being the underdogs. But I still think we're going to step up, and we're just going to go out there and play ball. That's what we're here for.
When did you know that you wanted to be a part of this program? I mean, Jazz Blankenship is your cousin, so obviously you followed her. You told me you followed the state championship team.
Yeah.
In 2015, I think it was. When did you know you wanted to be a part of this?
Well, I used to be a softball player, and softball was my sport, but it was about 5th grade when I got real into basketball, and I started working out, playing AAU and stuff like that. And then in 2016 is when they won states, and that's when things started getting real serious. And I was like, you know what, I want to experience that one day. So I guess that's when it started.
You got to experience it last year,
Yeah.
albeit in a shortened season, but was it everything you expected? Or
It was. It's like going out there and, you know, performing for your whole county and your whole school, and seeing the support when you get back. You cross that county line, it's something special.
You, I would imagine in 2016, you were probably back in town when the team arrived.
Yeah.
What was it like being on the bus and pulling in?
It was nice. It was special. I mean, it's definitely a moment I'll never forget. Just seeing everybody lining the streets and stuff and cheering for us. It makes you proud of yourself and of the team and what you've accomplished.
How much do you identify with this team yourself? I mean, I would imagine that you can go out to the community. Some people just know you as a basketball player. How much of being part of this program is your identity?
I mean, I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of what we've accomplished. You know, anytime I go out and I wear a shirt, they know where I'm from and they know our program. And I mean, they know Wyoming East is known for girls basketball. I mean, we put in the work and it shows on the court.
Is that maybe the most proud thing of when you go out in other parts of the state, people see Wyoming East? I mean, I imagine you get a lot of compliments, especially in basketball, when you play one of those circles.
Yeah, it's a special feeling just to know that, you know, you've impacted people outside of your small community and statewide and maybe even beyond that. So it's special for sure.
How much of you identifies in other aspects as a student? You mostly consider, when you think about yourself, do you think people think basketball or Hannah Blankenship maybe away from the court? You know, maybe people that know you in that aspect.
I like to identify myself as a student athlete. You know, academics comes first. So, I mean, that's a big thing for me, you know, because, I mean, basketball only takes you so far, and after that, you got to have something to rely on. So, I think academics is a big thing, like I pride myself on and stuff like that. But it's more of my character and, you know, how I treat people. I try to be kind to everybody.
What did you work on hardest this offseason to improve in your game? Because I called you shooter for a couple of years now since you made, I think you were 6 of 6.
Yeah.
In a game at the Armory. Was that your freshman or sophomore?
That's my sophomore year.
So that was right before Cushing's, I think. You were 6 of 6. So everybody knows you as a shooter. What other things have you worked on?
I mean, I've been blessed, like the shooting abilities there. But I've just been working on getting my release quicker, you know, shooting off the dribble, seeing things. I feel like I'm seeing the floor better this year, and after my wreck, I just got in the weight room and worked super hard, lost a little bit more weight, got in better shape, and I think I can say that I'm in my best shape I've been in a long time.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the wreck that happened that you were in right here on the school ground.
Yeah.
Which had to be scary as well. I mean, did you feel at one point, I must be snake bit, all these things happen?
Yeah, I mean, it was different because I've never experienced something like that. It was just a freak accident, you know, things like that happen, but...
And slid over the hill here in the back of the school.
Yeah, I flipped the truck 3 times, landed in the river, but the biggest thing for me is, like, water was coming in the truck, and I couldn't tell how deep I was or whatever, so I didn't know if I was going to make it or not, but I made it, so...
Did you, in any way, has being a basketball player helped you with all these struggles that really have nothing to do with basketball?
Yeah, because, you know, like I said, we work hard, and, you know, we're dedicated, and we're persistent with what we do, and I think that just shows that, you know, if you just keep waking up every day and keep trying your best, that it'll pay off in life. You know, you just can't just give up and, you know, tuck your head and go on. You just got to keep going, keep pushing.
If it's not basketball, what other things would you do? Would you be doing when you don't play basketball?
Yeah, I like hunting and fishing. I'm an outdoor person. You know, I'd still weightlift and stuff like that because I just like it that much. But outside of that,
if you're going out hunting, what do you hunt? Deer?
Yeah, deer hunt, squirrel hunt.
What's the biggest? Have you bagged a deer?
Yeah, I killed a 9-point.
9-point?
Yeah.
A lot of people like to get. 6 or 7.
Yeah, that was my first deer I had killed, so it was a nice one for my first one.
How about fish? What's the?
I like trout fishing.
You
Yeah,
ever
trout
catch any-
fishing's my favorite.
Any trophy fishing?
I don't know. I caught some decent ones, but I wouldn't say I got any trophy. My dad does though. I'm trying to catch a few like him.
Okay. Hey, Hannah, I appreciate the
Thank you,
time.
Dave.
Good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.